Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is So with Rachel. We'll be learning how to make this beautiful bubu that you can see on this mannequin today. That's what we'll be learning how to sew, and we'll be using the Duchess silk as you can see to make it. It's actually very simple to make. Please stay tuned and watch how it is done. So to start with, remember it's a kimono dress. So you'll be needing from the shoulder, from as you can see from my shoulder line, you take the measurement down to the sleeves where the sleeves is going to end. That's what you'll be needing. That is what will help you to determine how many inches you'll be folding. I believe you can see this is 25 inches. So that is what you'll be folding out, 25 inches in twos. So unlike normal gowns that you'll be needing your busts or your hip measurements, for this one you'll be needing the measurement of, you'll be needing the sleeves. Where your sleeve is going to stop is what you'll be needing. So if you're sewing some clothes that the sleeve is so long, the kimono is so long down to the cuff of your sleeves, that's what you'll be measuring to determine what you need. Please take note of that. So you'll be using this 25 inches now for one side and then 25 inches for the other side. That is for the front. So for the front, we should be expecting 50 inches for the front. So I'm trying to arrange it on my table now for us to get an accurate measurement. I'm trying to arrange 50 inches, that is 25 and 25 on both sides. And my table is not as long as the length of what I need, so it's a little bit critical to do. And you remember it is a Duchess fabric, so it's silky in nature. So I'm just trying to confirm if what I folded is correct. And as you can see, it's not correct. So I am trying to make sure it is correct. So while doing this too, accuracy is always important. You need to be accurate on all that you'll be needing. You need to be accurate on that. Yes. So I believe it is correct now. So things needed now is the neckline, the armhole, the sleeves. Sleeves is the same with the armhole, and then the length. So I'll be shifting my table forward to achieve what I want to do. I'll be shifting my fabric forward for me to achieve the length I need, though. Please stay tuned. It's actually very simple, very easy to watch, to make. So depending on the length at which the neck, the width or the depth of your customer, that will also determine how deep you want it to be. So from this picture, it is a V-neck and this woman is quite busty. So using 8 is okay. The customer is not so busty or wouldn't want her cleavage to show. You can take it, you can use 6. Then the next is I'll be using 3.5 for the width. So that is 3.5 by 8 inches is what I'll be using. Then I'm going to connect to get my V. So you can see. And the next is to, after doing this neckline, the next is to check the sleeves and then the slanting. While making this, you slant by 1.5 inches. Can you see? Remember, it's not straight. So you slant by 1.5 inches. So you connect from the neckline towards where you slanted by 1.5 inches. It's slanted. So now from the slanted part, from where the 1.5 inches stops, you get your sleeves. Depends on how dropped the customer will want it to be. So for me, I'll be using 11 inches, as you can see. 11 inches. So after sewing with 1/2 inch up and 1/2 inch down, I'll arrive at 20 inches for the roundness. That is what I chalked now. That is just how simple it is. The next is for me to get my shoulder to my hip measurement, and my shoulder to my bust measurement, and then the length. That is by 16, the base of of the gown. It's just all that you need. So now, because my table is not so long, it's not as long as that, I'm going to be securing it with my pin so that when I shift the fabric forward, it's not going to affect the measurements applied on the fabric. It's not going to affect anything. So I'm just going to quickly secure my fabric with pins. Sorry about that. So this is the hip, and then take notes, we have the thigh as well. The thigh should be around 36. For this one, the thigh is really not needed. There are some bubu that you would need the thigh measurements. So for the base, you use the hip measurements to achieve the base. Our hip is 48. 48 divided by 4 is 12 inches. So I'll be adding 3 inches to that part. So I'll be connecting my 3 inches straight to the shoulder, and that's just it. Can you see? From my shoulder, you can see my hand. That's how I'm going to be connecting it straight to my so you'll be taking it from the base of the gown. See, and I've already curved my armhole. So I'll be connecting it from my bust again to my hip parts. I believe you can see it. To my hip parts, and then straight to the base of my gown. You can see that slanted effect. That is the slanted effect that will be needed. This is the hip parts. These are the measurements needed. So the hip parts is actually going to be big as well, fully bigger than the base. So I'm just going to go ahead to cut, and I'm done cutting now. The next part is the back. This is my back. The same process you did for the front is what you'll be needing for the back. So there is no hard and fast rule, just for you to place your front measurements to your back measurements, and then you get out the neckline that you need. And the neckline is always advised for you to have the back higher, so that it's going to be balanced on the neckline. So it's going to be balanced on the neckline. So I've gotten my neckline, which is 1.5 inches. Then I'm going to slant it. I'm going to curve and cut. The same slanted method used for the front is the same thing. Just place it and get it all done. Then I'll cut. That's all. So for reference sake, what you need is the hip measurement plus 2 or 3 for the base. Then your sleeves measurement, how long you start from the neckline to the length of where the sleeves is going to stop. And that is all that you need. That is 25. If it is 26, if it is 27, fine. Then you slant it from there towards the base of your gown. That is the gown length. And then that is just all you need for this kind of bubu. There is no hard and fast rule about it. That's just all that you'll be needing. Now I'm going to go ahead to, I'm trying to remove my pins from my clothes. And the next is for me to cut the facing. And if it is bias you want to use to cut out your facing, fine. But once I'm making V-neck dresses, I love using facing for it instead of bias. So I'm just going to go ahead to cut my bias. Now, before we'll get the spiral effect, we'll sew the cloth first before getting the spiral effect. So this is what is left from my 3 yards. Can you see? This is what is left from my 3 yards. So I'll be using the leftover to cut my facing out. So here I am done sewing the dress. You can see how neat the back is. You can see how neat it is. I've put my facing, I've done the neck, I've done the back. So the next thing for us to do now is to use to get that curve. Remember I said it's after sewing it that you can get the spiral effect. So this is the belt hook. I use the belt hook. If you have a very big size of button, you can actually use a big size of button for it as well. Now it's depending on the customer's measurement. For this customer, her under bust is about 17 inches. It's about 17 inches. So I decided to use the under bust part for it. I marked 16 inches here actually. Then I try to correct it by using 17 inches at the end. Then the next is to make sure you are in the center. So since my V is sharp and is correct, I brought it down more. That is what will help me to achieve the center of what I need. Once that is done, you just place, as you can see from the video, you place your belt hook directly on the 17 inches. Can you see? Directly on the 17 inches, make sure it's in the center. Then you put your hands from the neckline to the front of the cloth, and you'll be using a thread to secure it. All you just have to do is to tie it. Just make sure you tie it firm, so clients won't come back next time that the tying wasn't firm and the distance has pulled off. So that's just how to make it. Can you see? So you tie it. This is me just trying to tie it properly. I'm seriously trying to give it a proper tying. So you know there are different types of spiral dresses. So for this one that the stuff is showing outside, this is just how to make it. So now if this stuff is showing inside, it's still the same process you need. You need this process for cutting, and then this is it. For some dresses that this is how it shows from the inside. It's just for you to do the same method. I don't know if you get me. It's for you to do the same method, but this time around, this part is going to be showing outside and not inside of the dress. So this is just what you have to do. And once that is done, you are good to go. You iron your clothes, and that is all. So thank you very much for watching my channel. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section. Thank you all, and of course, if you have any video you want me to make a tutorial on, I would appreciate. I would be seeing. You can drop it in the comment section. Then I'll be seeing the ones that I can make a video on next time. So this is the front now. I'm turning it to the front. Can you see? This is how it is going to look like. I'll be cutting the thread off, and that is all.